reacting to the Patriots stumping out the Detroit Lions like it was Kirk Franklin. Stump. All my people stump. Welcome back. Mercy Sports Talk, me in the building. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. I didn't even wait till the game was over with. I got to go shoot a move. It's like the fourth quarter. We already know what it is. And just getting my little 2 cents about the game. My 2 cents ain't even worth 2 cents in these streets, man. But one thing I noticed was defensive backs, dude. They look like the defensive backs like 5-6 years ago. When Aaron Berry and Bill Bentley and Alex Carter, whoever the backs we was at the time, I know Aaron Berry was definitely one. They didn't believe in turning their heads. You know, Rockwee, he gave up a touchdown for people saying that he possibly could start at corner. I think Darius Slay, if he really wanted to hold out for another contract to cut myself off, he could right now because they ain't got no depth. But Rockwee, he gave up a touchdown. I think Mike Ford gave up 1 or 2. Jamal Agnew, oh man, that had to be the reincarnation of Neville Lawson up in him tonight. But Rockwee, like I said before, I think he was only a 1-year full starter at Penn State. I think he started in the middle of the season before, I guess it's sophomore or junior season, whatever it was. So it's going to take some time for him to get used to the speed of NFL. He was in good position. He just didn't have a feel. And, you know, sometimes when you play in defensive back position, and I never played defensive back position other than maybe in the streets as a kid, but I do know a thing or two about football, and you got to be able to read that receiver, man. You don't necessarily need to be looking back at the quarterback. I remember Randy Moss did this sweet-ass move versus the Lions back in the day. He played for the Raiders in preseason, and he put his hands out. I can't remember which way. I'm just going to say he put his hands out to the right, and then he faked the DB, and then he brought his hands back to the left. And it was just a sweet veteran move. You got to see it to believe it. And he faked the Lion DB out. I can't remember who it was at the time. But you do have some receivers that can deceive you, but you really got to watch the receiver eyes. If you ain't playing zone, you man-to-man, it's really all about the receiver body language. And Rockwee was in great position. He just didn't play the receiver and play the ball. Don't necessarily always got to turn around and play the ball, but you got to be able to get your hands and break it up. So, you know, it wasn't like he got burnt toast or he looked like Tease Tabor out there. And, you know, shit, I ain't even going to say in the beginning. To this day, looked like Tease Tabor who just couldn't hang Jermaine out there with the speed of the game. But Mike Ford, he got beat over the middle. And when you hear Christmas Spielman say you can't give up inside leverage, that's absolutely true. Anybody that knows football, you know, you do not want to give the receiver the inside leverage. Because guess what? Usually if you're going inside, it's a direct line to the quarterback. You see what I'm saying? It's an easier throw on the inside. It's pitch and catch. Once you get inside leverage, all you got to do is post them up and get and use your body to fend off the defensive back. And most defensive backs are smaller than the tight ends and receivers today. You know, and you really want to make the quarterback make the tougher throw and make them throw outside the numbers. You know what I'm saying? When you give up the middle of the field, if the quarterback got time and accuracy, especially in the red zone, unless you got a ton of coverage there, unless you in zone. But if you in man coverage, you giving up inside leverage in the red zone. And usually in the red zone, like really that close to the red zone, I can't remember exactly how close, 10, 12 yards, whatever it was. Usually they don't play a ton of men. You know what I'm saying? You get a ton of maybe combo coverage. We get some combo coverage. Or more than not, you get them a ton of zone coverage in the red zone. But it's a fill out period. You know, it ain't nothing to overreact to. I know last year, it was saying the same thing, and we get to the season, it was like DEFCON 25. But I just don't ever trip off preseason, man. But the Keneal Harry guy, I said he was a real good pick for the Patriots. And I know it's just, you know, against second stringers tonight for him. But man, can that boy catch the ball and run route? I love this film at Arizona State, man. Keneal Harry gonna be a star in the league. He kind of remind me of Anquan Bolden in Florida State. Now, you know, coming in with Arizona, came in Arizona. He remind me of him a lot, man. Keneal Harry was a steal for them, man, and good route runner. And him and DK Metcalf is polar opposites. N'Keal Harry is a football player, a real receiver. DK Metcalf is an athlete that's trying to be a football player. And I say that because they train together. I think getting ready for the combine. But other than that, you know, Kenny Wiggins got a holding penalty on the the Tyler Johnson. Hopefully I'm saying the running back from Maryland name right. On a little sweep play they did. That shit was sweet. Tyler Johnson did look good on that running play. And I was impressed with Twom 21 Savage arm strength. The way he stuck that ball between that's the DB and the linebacker. I think it was maybe to Brandon Powell. He put it on the frozen rope, but then he got injured. So the thing I'm concerned about, it wasn't nothing about the DBs getting smoked and Jamal Agnew getting baptized up and down the field. Him blaming the other DB for him getting just whooped. If it wasn't for him, his return ability, he wouldn't make this team. You know, in the defense, and he played the second starting cornerback position tonight, I believe. He played the second cornerback starting position, and he was getting smoked on the outside. So it ain't a matter of, you know, him not being a good nickelback. He ain't a good cornerback regardless. He got a ton of athletic ability, but that tell you, just because you fast and quick, it don't make you a good cornerback in this league. It don't. You gotta have technique. Technique rules over everything. Of course, you need a little speed. You need agility, but you need technique, fundamentals, technique. That's the key to any position. But the defensive back position, if you master the fundamentals and technique, you got some athletic ability, you go a long way in this league. And Agnew just don't have no feel for how to play the defensive back position. But before I get to the injuries, the Darius Slay, man, if he want, I hold out if I don't get no fucking payday. The way they look tonight, only one that wasn't out there, I don't think played was Jalen Tabor and Steve Saber, and maybe Justin Coleman didn't play tonight. I hold out. They ain't nothing without me. For real, I'm in my David Ruffin mode. I hold out about him. And then his agent just got Duke Johnson traded to the Houston Texans because he didn't want to sit there behind Kareem Hunt when he got back. And he didn't want to sit there behind Nick Chubbs. And Cleveland Brown offense got the roll in the day. They look good. The Ohio State Buckeyes quarterback, he threw two interceptions in a pick six. But, you know, it's still early. I don't read too much into this, man. But obviously, I think Darius Slay, he got a point to get his money right now because there ain't nothing without him. You know, he Otis and he David Ruffin. You know what? And that's just the God honest truth. Today, they don't have no depth at the cornerback position. None whatsoever. Mike Ford got torched. Rockley was getting torched. Agnew was getting torched. Lord forbid, I don't remember seeing Coleman out there. He probably sat out tonight. He come out there and get torched. But Rockley gonna be all right, though. For sure. He gonna be all right. You know, but it looked like they got that defensive back coach. I don't know who he was. When Martin Mayhew was here, he ain't never teach none of them fucking corners how to turn their head. But the injuries, Jermaine Kearse injury, I couldn't watch it. I seen it when it happened. Like I just looking like, oh damn, he died. I'm not watching. I heard it was real gruesome. It's going around. He broke his leg. To me, it ain't a big loss. He was doing real good at camp. Hurt our depth a little bit. But hey, you win some, you lose. If you told me Jermaine Kearse and Kenny Galladay, I'd be happy with Jermaine Kearse getting injured in that scenario. But Brandon Powell looked real good running some routes tonight. And he don't have the size or the reputation for going deep like Jermaine Kearse did. But at the end of the day, hopefully he get better. Hopefully he'll be able to make a living for his family. But Brandon Powell, he's a different receiver than Jermaine Kearse. He brings some return ability. He more of a slot guy. Jermaine Kearse can play the side, but he more of those dudes that take you to church and go deep down the field. He known for yards down the field. You feel what I'm saying? But also you had Kenny Wiggins who got his leg wrapped up today as well. I don't know how bad his ankle is, but he got a holding penalty on that Tyler Johnson run. You know what I'm saying? So the offensive line was out there in the first unit with Tom 21 Savage in the first series, and real hard to gauge. I just know Wiggins got the hold. I thought it was Rick Wagner, just trying to guess, but it was Wiggins. So we'll see what happens. But other than that, I think Tom 21 Savage got injured, and I like his arm. I really did. His arm looked electric tonight, man. Looked real strong. I didn't really never notice that when he was in Houston, but his arm looked real strong tonight, man. I don't know the extent of his injury, but that's the most crucial injury that I could just think of off the head. I don't know who else. P.J. Johnson got injured, defensive tackle out of Arizona, the Rook. He's like a 7th round draft pick. He got injured. Not sure to the extent his injury was, but Tom 21 Savage is important because David Fales out there, he sucked. You know what I'm saying? David Fales suck out there, dog. So it's real important, you know what I'm saying? It's real important that they figure out a quarterback to get out there, man, because I don't like the depth. I didn't like Tom 21 Savage, but I seen him kind of throw the ball a little bit. I said, it ain't Sean Hill, but it ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? With him out there tossing that thing, I liked his arm, liked the way he was throwing it on a little was like two-step or 3-step drop, whatever it was. He held the ball, but that wasn't an O-line fault in the first series. He just held the ball because it was probably good coverage. So that was a cover sack. It was supposed to be a quick 1-2, bam, or 1-2-3. I think it was a shotgun 1-2. Get out your hand, and he had to hold the ball. So other than that, I like 21 Savage arm strength, man. But they gotta find him a quarterback. Even if he become healthy, David Fales ain't gonna cut it. I know they probably plan to put him on a practice squad, but they should have drafted a young quarterback and start developing him when Bob Quinn got here. That should have been his job. That's what the Patriots do. Look at Brian Hoyer.